Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Parrot Press. Welcome back to the Parrot Press. In today's video, we're going to be looking at my journey so far. So we're going to be taking a look at game week 1, 2, 3 and 4 that's just finished. And talking about my overall rank, where I'm at, the players that I've got, the transfers that I've done, the captain picks that I've had as well, and what's worked and what's not worked for me so far. Game week 1 was decent, 99 points. So I had a game week rank of 450,000. Some of the key highlights there was Salah, Fernandes and Son. I don't think many people had Son because he was playing City, but Son's a player that scores well every single year. He's normally double digits for assists and goals, and I wanted him in there from game week 1. And being at that price point as well, I was able to kind of go down if I needed to, but also make some adjustments and then go up to the likes of De Bruyne if he started firing as the season went on as well. The captain that I had there was Salah. Playing against Norwich, even though it was away, you're expecting Salah to score a couple of goals, get some good points, get some assists in there as well, which he obviously did. Bruno, yes, I missed out on a few points with him, but as I said, I was never going to captain him. It was going to be Salah all day long. It was just great that I had him in the team, and he was obviously vice there just in case anything happened to Salah. And the other one in there is Antonio, who got 13 points, and we all know what he's done in fantasy this year. So overall, 99 points. Very, very happy with game week 1. Put me in a good position, building good foundations. I had some good players in there that then price rised as well. So let's talk about game week number 2. Game week 2, 64 points. So obviously not as good as game week 1, but still a solid start. The average points for that week was 56. I had a game week ranking of just over 2 million. Antonio was the standout, 16 points. I was never going to captain him. It was always going to be Salah if he's playing at home and he's playing against Burnley. But it was great to have Antonio in still. And obviously there's been price rising every week for him. So to have him in from the beginning has been great. Ings rocked up with a goal as well, which is always good. And Tsimikas with the 11 points. Robertson being out from the beginning of the season, that was an easy way into the Liverpool defence, and obviously that didn't disappoint in terms of points as well. The player that has been disappointing for the first 2 game weeks was Harvey Barnes. When watching him in the Community Shield, he looked like he was on fire against City. He was running at them, he was shooting from everywhere, but game week 1 only 3 points, and game week 2 only 2 points, despite playing Wolves and West Ham. I was expecting him to at least get an assist or a goal in there as well, considering that the form he was in last season before he had that bad injury. But overall, 64 points, I can't complain. Let's take a look at game week 3. 66 points. So again, above average. It gave me a game week rank of just over 1.3 million. Transfer I made that week was taking out Harvey Barnes. As I said, he just wasn't doing it, so I bought in Ben Rama. I jumped on that bandwagon, and what happens? He blanks. So you can't get it right all the time, but at the same time, Harvey Barnes blanked as well. So not too much there. And I wanted to use a transfer because I carried one over from game week 1 and game week 2. So obviously I had 2 free transfers. Captain I had there was Son. So as you can see, he obviously scored well. But that game week, for the last 2 days, right up until the deadline, I was really debating whether to go with Antonio or to go with Son. And luckily enough, I only missed out on 2 points because Antonio obviously scored again. West Ham played the day before as well, and Son played on the Sunday, I think it was. And it was a nervous watch, not only from a Spurs fan, but obviously to try and get them points in, knowing that Antonio scored the day before. Salah turned up again as well. He played obviously 90 minutes again. He scored and he got the 3 bonus points. Salah's probably never ever going to leave my team, to be honest with you. But Bruno couldn't keep up with what he done with in game week 1. So only the 2 points for him. But again, I was never going to be taking Bruno out as well, because he's on penalties, he's on free kicks, he's a brilliant number 10. So overall, 66 points, not a bad game week. On to game week 4. Okay, game week 4, that was the big one because Ronaldo was back in the game. And I was always going to get him in. I mean, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He was playing Newcastle at home. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was always saying, he's going to get some minutes. I thought he would start. He played for Portugal the week before. He was then suspended for his 2nd game, so he had the rest, which made him fly over into Manchester a little bit sooner. and he was always going to be my captain as well. So he didn't disappoint, 26 points, which was brilliant. My transfers that week, so my original plans was to take out Fernandes and take out Ings to bring in Ronaldo and Jota. And I think most of the game was looking at doing that, especially with Liverpool's fixtures being so good and Firmino being out. But Son then got injured on international duty. So I was fortunate enough that he was at a good price point where I could take him out and still afford Ronaldo. So the transfers were Son and Ings out, Ronaldo and Sarr in. Thought Sarr would have been a little bit better. There was massive debate around that price point, whether it was Sarr, whether it was Traore, whether it was bringing in Conor Gallagher. But I went for Sarr because he's got some good fixtures. He's got Norwich up next, and I think that he's going to do well. And with Troy Deeney leaving as well from Watford, I think he's going to take penalties. So I think he's a good addition and a good price point as well. So again, can go sort of down to the Conor Gallaghers, down to Damari Grays, or I can just step it up a little bit and try and find that 0.5 and go to Rafinha because Leeds have got some good fixtures too. But overall, a decent game week, just over the million for the game week rank. The average points was 57 and I got 71. So again, you can't complain about scoring more than the average points in the game. And Fernandes popped up for me and scored obviously a great goal anyway. So I would have actually lost points if I brought in Jota, because obviously Fernandes outscored him, but it was very nervy watching Liverpool the weekend. But knowing that Fernandes scored the day before put me in a good place. So, and also I would have had to take a -4 hit, because if I was taking Son, Fernandes and Ings out to bring in Ronaldo, Jota and Sarr, I would obviously been -4. So I saved myself there as well. I'm going to try not to make so many hits this year. In previous seasons, I've taken hits, taken the -4s and taken the -8s, just to the fear of missing out. But really, when the community is talking about certain players, but I'm not going to do that this year. I'm just going to stick to my guns. I'm going to play it out. I'm going to bide my time and make transfers a little bit more careful. But the defence done well for me that week, as you can see there. Getting 23 points from the defence is always decent. A couple of clean sheets in there, an assist from Shaw. That should have been a clean sheet for Shaw as well, but obviously Man United was just attacking. They just got done on the counter attack by Newcastle, but you can't complain with that. So overall, game week 4, pretty decent. Leaves me at 300 points, so I've hit that mark after 4 game weeks, which is a good start with an overall rank of just over 350,000. Okay, so there you have it, 300 points. I can't complain, it's a pretty decent start. I'm looking forward to game week 5. Watch out for some more videos from me to talk about captain picks, to talk about whether I'm going to be wildcarding, because that's still in my mind at the moment, especially with Antonio injury and my team not looking great in terms of fixtures. And remember, it's a Friday night deadline this week, so make sure that you get your team set up, you get your captain pick, and you get your transfers in before the deadline. And if you want to follow my journey, then please hit that subscribe button, turn your bell on, leave a comment down below as to the transfers that you're going to be making for game week 5, or what your thoughts are around my team, and I'll catch you on the next one.